We've got some new bugs to talk about now that the Easter update has been released. Players have encountered some unusual things. Our first problem is to do with twisted pathing. This Twitter user said, "I swear, twisteds are programmed to automatically wander near where players are and it makes solos a nightmare. I moved to do a machine on stage because the twisteds kept spotting me over at fake, and look at who marches their way over in a single file line. What is their problem?" Let's take a look at what happened. So Bassie is extracting a machine on the V map and Bassie's on the stage. And as we can see, a line of twisteds are walking, which is so unusual. I have never seen twisteds behave like this. All of them going to the same location in a single file, just as the Twitter user said. Like, what is that behavior? Is it normal for twisteds to behave like this? Because this Bassie player is playing a solo, so it's not like the twisteds are reacting to a failed skill check. Super weird. Our next bug is to do with twisted goo on the Spring Fever floor event. This user on Discord basically said after Twisted Goob uses his ranged attack ability on the Spring Fever floor event, Twisted Goob slows down in speed, but then Twisted Goob regains speed after losing aggro. Let's see what's happening. So as we can see, Twisted Goob is chasing the Louie. Twisted Goob's speed is fine, it's normal. Twisted Goob uses his ability and now Twisted Goob is slower. As you can see, Twisted Goob is slower now compared to the other Twisteds, and this is happening to a lot of players. It seems like on the Spring Floor event, if a Twisted has a long range attack and uses it, they become slowed down. This user has experienced a similar thing but with Twisted Scraps, saying, "It seems like every time Scraps used her ranged attack, she got slow." Let's take a look. Okay, so here's Twisted Scraps. Twisted Scraps uses her long range attack and now Twisted Scraps is considerably slower. So something is happening to Twisteds with long range attacks on the Spring Fever floor event. But once you lose aggro of the Twisted speed returns to normal, back to the energized speed boost that all Toons and Twisteds receive. So hopefully the dev team can figure out why long range Twisteds are bugged on the Spring Fever floor event. Our next bug is to do with Twisted Bassie's attack ability, making players lag. As you know, Twisted Bassie has a new attack ability where she spawns vines on the floor, which then turns into spikes. Players have reported that this ability is causing major lag spikes. This user basically said when Twisted Bassie uses her spike ability, everybody's frames drop in the run. And this user has provided a clip of what the lag spike looks like when Twisted Bassie uses her ability. They said, "Here's what my lags like whenever Bassie does her thing." So this user's playing Bassie and Twisted Bassie is about to emerge from the corner. Let's carry on watching and see what happens. And as you saw, the game dropped so many frames and became unplayable for a few seconds. Imagine that happening multiple times in a run. The game becomes very unplayable, and this is affecting competitive players. This is affecting speedrunners. This is affecting very long runs. So hopefully the dev team can figure out why there are frames dropping across all devices when Twisted Bassie uses her attack ability. Our next bug is to do with Bassie being able to jump. What is going on? This user said, "Found this bug while messing around. It's been a while. This bug is going around now, but I could only record it with Bassie." So it seems like this bug is only working with Bassie. Let's take a look. As you can see, this is in the new Easter map. Let's see Bassie jump. So Bassie goes down the stairs and then it makes her jump. Like, what? And Bassie does it again and she jumps when going down the stairs. Super weird, and it only happens in this particular location when Bassie goes down the stairs. Our next bug is to do with Eggson's steel hip skin. This user said Eggson's skateboard goes into his arm when captured by Squirm. Twisted Squirm takes a hold of Eggson, and as you can see, the skateboard skateboard is in the arm. This is also happening to Eggson's default skin. This user said Eggson's cane gets stuck between his arm while struggling with Squirm. Let's take a look. As you can see, Eggson's walking stick is inside the hand. Hopefully the dev team can figure out if there's a way to make the extra model on Eggson, like his walking stick and the skateboard. Maybe Eggson can drop it on the floor whilst Twisted Squirm has a hold of Eggson. I think that would be really neat. Another bug to do with Eggson is when Eggson is on the treadmill machine. This user said Eggson turning the non-existent valve on the treadmill. Let's take a look. Eggson is on the treadmill machine, but he is turning an invisible valve with his left hand. Super unusual. I've never seen anything like that before. Maybe Eggson V-moted whilst Eggson was extracting and made Eggson get stuck in an extraction animation maybe. Another Eggson bug is to do with Eggson's still hip skin. A lot of players have reported Eggson's right shoulder and arm dislocating to the back of Eggson's head, but only with the still hip skin. Super weird. It's so unusual for this to be happening. Hopefully the dev team can figure out why Eggson's arm is completely dislocating. Our next bug is to do with Flight's active ability. This user basically said when you step into Flight's gust at the last second, you get the speed boost aura around you, the yellow aura, but you don't actually get any speed boost on your toon. Let's take a look. So Flight uses his active ability and has the speed boost, okay. The speed boost has disappeared, Flight goes back into the gust and has a yellow aura around him, but he doesn't get a speed boost. So just as the gust is disappearing, you can go inside the gust and get an aura around your toon, but you don't actually get a speed boost. So are you supposed to get a speed boost at the last second before gust disappears, or are you not? Because the yellow aura confuses players into thinking that they're supposed to get a speed boost when in actual fact they're not getting the speed boost. Our next bug is to do with Glisten using his active ability to teleport and then being hit. This user said, is this a bug? I got hit whilst teleporting across the Twisteds. Let's take a look. So Glisten just used his active ability to teleport to an Astro, and as Glisten used his active ability, as you can see in the bottom left corner, Glisten lost a heart. I have never seen anything like this. Glisten losing a heart being attacked by a Twisted in the middle of a teleporting animation. What happened there? As you can see, Cosmo was far away from the Glisten. The only way Cosmo was able to hit the Glisten is if Cosmo attacked the Glisten mid-teleporting animation. Super weird. What a rare instance to witness. Our next bug is to do with the Easter map. This user said glitch where you can get stuck here. Let's take a look. So a lot of players have reported that this specific area can get you stuck on any toon it seems. You can get stuck here, and when Twisted see you, you're doomed. It's hard to tell why the toon is stuck, but it seems like they are stuck inside the metal shelf, something like that. So maybe the dev team can fix the collisions on the metal shelf. There might be something going on with that shelf. Our next bug is to do with a gap in the Easter map. This user said, huh? And if we take a closer look, as you can see, there is a huge gap in between the broken elevator and the wall where you can see the other side of the broken elevator. So many users have reported this map problem. Hopefully the dev team can fill this gap so that the map looks cleaner. Another bug to do with the Easter map that is happening to a lot of players. This user said, could see through the wall. I don't know how it happened. Let's take a look. So Eggson is going to this machine, and this machine in this specific location has no collisions on the wall, meaning the camera can just phase in and out of the wall and you can see outside of the map. Our next bug is to do with a major texture problem. This user said, I don't really know how this happened, but I think it's something to do with textures. Let's take a look. This user's graphics are so bad that Squirm has turned orange. That is so bizarre. And the funny thing is, the orange color actually suits Squirm so much. He genuinely looks like a caterpillar. But yes, this is definitely a major texture bug. Our next problem is to do with iCore leak immunity. Flutter and Rebecca both have iCore leak immunity, but in the lobby when viewing the stats of Flutter and Rebecca, the iCore leak immunity icon has disappeared. However, Connie and Sylvester have the icon, but Flutter and Rebecca's icon have disappeared. Why is that? Our next bug is to do with Dandy's shop in the elevator. This user said, I think it displays the wrong text when you buy an item and attempt to buy it again. It says your inventory is full instead of you can't buy it twice. And if we take a closer look, as you can see in the bottom right corner, it does say your inventory is full, even though this tune has 2 extra spaces. And this message is the wrong message. It's supposed to tell you you've already bought this item when trying to buy the same item twice. So hopefully the dev team can correct the message because players are quite confused. Next up, we have a solution to a problem that's happening to a few players. So some players have reported that the sticker messages that should appear in the right corner of your screen has disappeared. It's not appearing anymore. This user said, check your settings in the lobby to see if you accidentally turned sticker window off. And it is true, there is an option in the settings when you're in the lobby to turn the sticker window off or on, but it seems like this option sometimes changes on its own. Players have reported not ever touching that option, but it randomly turns off. So if you find out that your stickers are not appearing in the right hand corner, check your options to see if it has randomly turned off on its own. Our next bug is to do with the Easter egg hunt. This user basically said that they are stuck on 9 out of 10 Easter eggs claimed because there was a problem in claiming the last Easter egg. They were clicking the egg and then eventually the egg disappeared and now they're stuck on 9 out of 10, meaning they are unable to collect the title because the game won't give them the last Easter egg. And as you can see in the image, this is where the last Easter egg was supposed to be. They were clicking it and it just disappeared on them and now it's gone forever. This user also has the same problem. They are stuck on 9 out of 10 Easter eggs. They collected them all, but the system says they are stuck on 9 out of 10. And as you can see, they have proof they are stuck on 9 out of 10. And they have a series of pictures showing that in all of the locations, the Easter eggs have been claimed. So hopefully the dev team can figure out what's happening behind the scenes as to why these users are unable to get 10 out of 10 Easter eggs.